Okay.
Good morning, Nikki.
Morning, Patrick.
Morning. Just to let you know, as I'm sure you're already aware, we're just recording this session just for training purposes. Is that okay?
Yes, perfect.
Fabulous. And as we go through the CI process, if at any point you're uncomfortable, you want to stop, etc., do you feel okay just to let me know?
Okay.
Nice. And
Yeah.
another thing is if at any point I feel like it might be pertinent to interrupt, are you okay if I do that and just trust that that's part of the CI process? Yeah.
Yes, absolutely.
Amazing. All right, cool. Well, Nikki, would you like to begin with a grounding at all?
Yeah. Do you always start with a grounding?
I offer a grounding, yeah. You don't always have to
Because
take
I
it. Entirely up to you.
well, because I'm experiencing a lot of shame and fear today, and I
Okay.
kind of feel like I just want to get on and look at that rather than
Then let's
ground.
do that. If that's what
Is
you
that all
want,
right? Because
of course.
it feels like it needs to move. So I think the grounding at the end might be lovely, but right now I feel like I need to talk about this rather than do grounding.
Everything I do in this session is an invitation.
Okay,
You're more than welcome to decline any invitation. Okay.
okay,
And
yes.
if you're recognizing that actually that's not what you want, then let's go with that and just go with what's coming up. So, what's your intention for the session then? Okay, what would you want to get out
The
of it?
intention is to oh well, I was gonna say get comfortable with shame, but I don't want to get comfortable with shame. But that's kind of I think that's key really is to try and yeah get uh, I
If
mean
it's not,
ultimately
yeah, sorry, go on.
no, I was going to say ultimately I don't really want it to be there, but of course I know it is always going to
Yeah,
show up.
what we resist persists.
I know, I
But
know.
if it's not comfortable with shame, what might else it be?
Maybe just to accept it's part of the process. Like actually, this is part of the growth process. This is actually an indication that things are happening, that I'm moving in the right direction. That um that yeah, the same with fear is that this is actually part of the process and everything's working perfectly.
Okay, so just accepting that shame's here and it's part of the process.
Yes, and seeing it as a positive indication that rather than a negative indication. Like, because what it feels like is that
Yeah.
when I experience shame, then that must mean everything's going wrong. When I experience fear, that must mean everything's going wrong. And actually, I want to be okay that that is an indication that actually everything is going so very right because I'm stepping into my discomfort zone.
Hmm.
So the intention, I think, would be to see it as a positive indicator rather than a negative indicator, please.
Okay, awesome. So you want to accept shame, see it more as a positive rather than a negative indicator.
Yes, I think that would be far more helpful.
Okay. All right. So, Nikki, can you just give me some idea of what's going on for you, where this feeling of shame's coming from? Like even as I asked that question, actually, what's happening for you inside your
I
body?
feel sick. I feel actually sick. So um, I'm very like I feel like you can see my hand. I feel so tense. First thing this morning, it was a burning sensation that
Hmm.
just um like enveloped my whole body. And I'm just shitting myself. I shouldn't spend money. I should be earning more money. I shouldn't be where I am. Um, I shouldn't. Just a whole loads of I shouldn't be. I should have a proper job. I should. money should be coming in regularly. Like there's so many, I'm shoulding myself so much. But this morning it was I shouldn't have spent money. Um,
Right. So
and yeah,
we're just recognizing shoulds, lots of rules by the sounds of it.
lots.
Okay.
Yeah.
And then as you just notice that, okay, what is happening in your body? So you mentioned like a this morning was burning, but in the here and now, what are you noticing in your body?
Here and now, there's a like a vibration in my wrists and my hands, and a buzzing, but not a good buzzing up my arms.
Yeah.
My throat is really feels really constricted. Um, there's like a pit in my stomach. My legs are twitchy and achy.
Hmm.
It's
Yeah.
very heavy. Like
Yeah.
everything feels really like a really drawn, oh, kind of down emotion. Um,
So just recognizing that's how you're feeling and remembering the intention, right? Like all emotions are welcome,
mm.
as uncomfortable as they may feel. So there's that
it's
tingling in you. Yeah.
it's my
Like
arms that feel the worst. It just feels like this huge, like,
Nikki, I'm noticing you're shaking them. Like, why don't you
yeah,
just give yourself permission to really do that if it feels like it's helping you in some way? Like, what does
because
your body want to do?
so what happens is my body wants to shake, my body wants to move out, but then the reason I resist that is because then my brain's going, um, we shouldn't have to get rid of it. So my coach brain kicks in and goes, oh, you shouldn't have to get rid of it, but that's more shoulding.
Yes,
And
okay.
so
So
what I love
what
about
if you're
this,
not getting rid of it? What if this is about
yes,
just
yeah,
allowing it and letting it move through you? So that it creates space to explore it more.
okay, that feels a bit better.
So now when you check in with your body, recognizing which, well, what are you noticing now as you check in? And again, remember, this isn't about changing it. It's not about getting rid of it. It's just about
Mhm.
acknowledging what's going on.
Everything seems to have settled a little bit.
Okay. So it's settled, but as you notice things settle, like which one of them wants your attention right now? Is it like in the
My
arms,
legs,
your shoulders, your
no, my
legs?
legs, yeah.
Yeah. Okay. And so as you notice your legs, what's happening there?
Well, they want to kind of move out. You can't see me, but move out and stretch in. And
Okay.
can I get
Cool.
up?
You listen, you can do whatever you want, right? Like this is your session. It's about if your body's wisdom is telling you to get up and move, then go ahead and do it. And you don't even need to put yourself on camera, right? It's okay.
Oh, okay. No, I don't want to sit down. This is really funny. I can remember when I was in labour with both my babies, actually,
Mm-hmm.
because of the nature of their birth, I wasn't allowed to move. Like that, I was not strapped in, but I was, I had to stay led down. And I can remember all I wanted to do was move. All I wanted to do was rock and get up and move around. And I wasn't allowed to because I was wired to stuff. And it was really frustrating because I can remember thinking all I want to do is rock around and move. And I wasn't, and the doctors wouldn't let me.
Yeah. Okay. So just recognizing that was then and this is now. You can move as much as you want. When we look at the word origin of the word emotion, right? It's Latin. Emotion means to move.
Yeah.
Emotions want to move through us. We get rid of them when we try and change them, right? Like by for example, drinking or eating or Netflixing or whatever, right?
Yeah.
And actually, what you're doing now is just allowing them to be there.
And I think the reason why we don't let ourselves do that is because then there's this thought coming up, well, that's just fucking weird. You know, you see
Because
people,
because what's the conditioning?
yeah, exactly. Exactly. Like babies just move, don't they? If they need to, they just,
Yeah. When children throw tantrums, right, and they're jumping up and down on the floor, like what they're actually trying to do is regulate themselves.
yeah.
What's happening for you is you're allowing yourself, giving yourself permission to move whilst holding space for how you're feeling.
Well, it just feels really good. It just feels really kind of, it's a release. Not as in it's gone, like the shame is gone necessarily, but it feels easier to deal with when you're um letting it move.
Mm. Would it be all right to ask you a question as you move?
Yeah.
Well, what kind of person feels shame?
Mm, that's interesting. The type of person that's done something wrong. I'm laughing because why am I laughing? Because I think that indicates I think I've done something wrong.
Yeah. What does laughing do for you?
Oh, it helps me deal with the more of a protection, I think.
Yeah.
And a bit of fascination. Like I always find it so amazing that the brain knows how to distract you.
Mm-hmm.
So there is a bit of a amazement attached to it as well. That like my brain knows exactly how to distract me from pain, I suppose. Like emotional,
Yeah.
emotional pain.
Yeah. Clever brain. I'm sure there was a reason or a function as to why it might do that at some point. What's happening in your body now, Nikki?
Everything's calming down a little bit. It feels more comfortable. Feels calmer. It feels like a release. Now I feel like I just want to cuddle myself.
Yeah, go ahead and cuddle yourself. What happens when you cuddle yourself?
Really comforting.
Hmm. What happens in your body?
It just calms down.
Hmm.
It feels safer. Oh, it feels then like your head just becomes so much clearer when you've given your body what it needs. It allows you, I think it allows you to go beyond that primitive up into the higher infinite wisdom that you just can't access when you're so heightened.
Hmm. Like when our limbic system floods our brain with emotion, it is hard to be rational and to think,
Yeah,
or we make decisions that we wouldn't normally make, for example.
yeah, yeah. Everything's gone really quiet now.
Hmm. Okay. So would you like to explore what was going on?
Yeah, as in what the emotion was or the reason behind the emotion.
Either or. Right, like just recognizing what was happening for you, why it may have been happening.
Well, I think it's there because it's perceiving a threat to my life.
Hmm.
And actually, what I'm doing could be life enhancing or is life enhancing. Only that part of me doesn't understand that, isn't doesn't make sense to it. And how, I mean, shame and guilt keep us part of a tribe, don't they? It enables us to survive. And I was only feeling that shame because because of society's conditioning, because of our belief patterns. And so when I have compassion for that part of me and I allow my body to move however it needs to move, like you said, motion, emotion, without judgment, actually everything settles down so much easier.
Yeah. Notice all the rules you had about what how to process emotion, right? Like
Mm,
almost as if to move is almost getting rid of it, but actually it's the opposite.
yeah, yeah. And how then we see that as weird or or just weird really. But actually that's exactly what our bodies like if you I always imagine that video clip of the deer that gets it's not a deer, but it's something like a deer, gets chased by a lion. And it literally stands there and once the lion's gone, like it out chases the lion, and it literally stands and its whole body shakes and it moves it through and then just goes straight back to eating grass like nothing's ever happened. We don't do that as humans. We're like, oh no, can't possibly feel the emotion. I cut it off. And so we never let it move. We never let it shake off. We never let it,
Yeah.
or we do things to try and get rid of it.
Yeah. That's a really good analogy or example because also what happens, right? And this is Gabor Mate speaks about it. He talks about it in relation to ducks, but the deer works. And so the deer, it shakes itself off and then it goes about, right? But it hasn't got conscious thought.
Mm.
Whereas humans, something will happen, they go, oh my God, I can't believe I did that. I shouldn't have done that. Why did I do that? What's the matter with me? What's the wrong with me? Right? Like we start making it mean all of these other things about ourselves, which of course just reinforces this belief about the feeling and the feeling reinforces beliefs and it becomes this really
Mm.
unhelpful cyclical
Yeah,
state.
yeah, yeah. And then we think about the emotions and that's judgment and negative, and then we
Yeah,
think
I
about our
shouldn't.
thoughts about it. Yeah. Whereas actually, if you just let your body do what it needs to do and it knows what it needs to do,
Always knows.
yeah, then that just calms everything down. And then from there, you're able to make more intuitive decisions. Mm, thank you.
Well, no, Nikki, notice that actually you're the one who gave it to yourself.
Mm. It is amazing, isn't it? When we step that kind of um like primitive brain aside, that fearful brain, that conditioned brain aside, how we actually know everything that we need to do.
Yeah.
And now, like, I just think this isn't a problem. Nothing's a problem. Part of the process. I can totally handle it when it comes up.
Yeah. May also be worth exploring like the belief, origins of the belief as well, right? So when I asked what kind of person feels shame, I think you said someone who's done something wrong, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which I know I haven't actually done anything wrong. Like I made the money that I spent. for a start, it wasn't that significant amount of money. I've spent far more than that at other times. And I had no drama about it. It was very intuitive. It was a very deep yes, which I always know is then the right decision. Um, Even the next day. So this was, a week or so ago. And it was only this morning my brain decided, no, 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 that was bad. You've done something wrong. Or you're wrong. But
Yeah.
I don't actually believe that sentence.
Uh, yeah. Also, that belief isn't you here now, right? Like that belief is a something that at some point in your life you decided to believe
Yeah,
because you didn't
yeah,
have any other way of interpreting it, right? But it still was it's a script that's running in the background.
yeah. Yeah, it's just part of an old identity, isn't it? Our brain is quite powerful, really, isn't
Yeah, it's infinitely powerful.
it? Positively and negatively.
Yeah. Create or destroy, right? That's what Tony Robbins always says. You can either
Yeah,
create or destroy.
yeah, yeah. So interesting. Okay, that feels complete today, Patrick. Thank you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Cool. All right.